Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour. You might be able to tell I'm a little bit croaky, so I'm going to dispense with some of the formalities and get straight to the news. McFarlane have teamed up with Marvel. Who would have thunk it? We are getting Marvel statues from the Toddfather in two different ranges. We're getting a 1/6 scale set and a 1/10 scale. So the 1/10 scale are like 7 inches, give or take. And the main gist is that they are recreating classic Marvel covers and some classic Todd McFarlane artwork as well. There are some pictures that I'm going to credit to the source at the bottom. I can't remember where I got them from initially, but shout out to the person who snapped them at a Comic-Con or something, I guess, because they're just pictures of pictures, so it's hard to see some of these. But the ones that had very clear reveals, we had a couple of gorgeous looking Spider-Man pieces. Honestly, I'm kind of taken by these. They have a nice diorama sort of backdrop as well, and I think, if I understand right, they might actually come with a copy of the comic that they're based on as well. Finally, they did a Captain America as well, which is based entirely off of a Todd McFarlane Spider-Man cover, but I don't think it was a good-looking picture of Captain America back then. So it's Todd McFarlane, but I don't think it's a good-looking cap. So like, that's kind of stroking your ego, going like, oh no, we'll do the Todd McFarlane picture, even though it's not a great-looking cap. But there you go. We're also getting the very iconic, I think, Rob Liefeld Deadpool. That looks kind of wicked. We're also getting Wolverine, who I think is posed from the Uncanny X-Men cover with him, Captain America, and Black Widow. So that would have made more sense to do Captain America in the comic book cover so that you could put him next to Wolverine, maybe do a Black Widow too. Maybe that's going to come down the pipeline. And also there's an Iron Man as well. So just as an initial sort of offering, I think this looks kind of cool. They should be scheduled, I think, to be releasing around later this summertime, but no official word on prices or release dates yet. But still, it's kind of cool to see the Marvel and McFarlane logo on the same package. Hopefully this is the start of a really beneficial new collaboration. And now a shout out to this channel's sponsor, Into the AM, who have bedecked me with this beautiful relaxed button-up shirt, along with an incredibly comfortable pair of shorts from their all-day shorts range. Gang, if you want to enhance your spring wardrobe, then this is the only place you need to go to. You can click the link in the description below and check out Into the AM. And by doing so, you know you're going to get 10% off your order because you're one of the Model Behaviour good brothers. And as you can see, as I'm sporting some of these fabulous designs here, they even make someone as intrinsically uncool as me look like I've actually got a little bit of extra swagger in my step. Because this, it's just so easily, effortlessly stylish. I have no sense of style. So I asked a friend of mine who knows this kind of thing. I was like, dude, what should I ask for? They said, the zebra print, the black and white. And I was like, honestly, are you sure? I don't feel that confident. He was like, trust me. I got this, sent a picture to my girlfriend, and she was like, oh my, you're wearing a button up. And I was like, I know, right? So she was like, shh, don't talk. Let me just, yeah. So I can personally attest that this wardrobe from Into the AM, it enhances what you're working with in a big, big way. So if you want to get on board with that, then you can do. Click the link in the description below. 10% off your order, along with all the other awesome graphic tees that you always see me wearing on this channel. If you want to be stepping out in style this spring, then Into the AM is the one-stop shop for everything you need. Higher Toys are showing off their skull crawlers. This is part of their exquisite range that is covering a whole bunch of Godzilla and King Kong lore. So these are from Kong Skull Island. Honestly, the best MonsterVerse film I think that Legendary made. It's a really cool, wacky sort of design. These guys are going to be $50 each and releasing around about the end of this year. Cowabunga dudes, Mondo have shown off their first 2 Ninja Turtles from their soft vinyl collection. We teased these on the last episode. Now we've got the full reveal. Leonardo and Donatello, both in a very Mirage Comics looking sort of design. And these guys are sort of big and chunky and very, very Mondo. And I really dig that. They ain't cheap either. They're $90 each. So it's kind of an expensive price tag. But then again, Mondo are that more sort of bespoke, high-end kind of production company, I guess. So these look really pretty. Not something for me, but I like what they're doing. Up for pre-order now from Loose Collector is Frank Frazetta's, did I pronounce that right? I hope so, Death Dealer with his steed as well. This is a beautiful looking set that a lot has been said about the price. It ain't cheap, it's $350. And a lot of people were questioning, like, why it is that price. And actually, I know that Loose Collector came out and had to say, like, look, it's not just me personally that sets these prices. There's a lot of different companies involved, and it's like a whole big process. So I understand that it costs a lot, but at the same time, you're going to get your money's worth. I do like the transparency of Loose Collector. Always been very, very upfront with the audience. So credit where it's due in that regard. So if you happen to have 350 beans spare and you like the look of this thing, because who wouldn't, then I can understand why you'd want to go for him. For me, of course, that is a big, hefty chunk of change. But if you're going to spend it, you might as well spend it on something wicked. And this, well, it does look pretty wicked. In rather disappointing news, the Not Pit figure that was doing the rounds and was up for pre-order on 5K Toys looked awesome. Unfortunately, we're not getting him. The people who own the Pit license have understandably, and in fairness to them, said, whoa, 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 hold your horses, pal. That's our IP right there. So they put the kibosh on this figure coming out, which is kind of disappointing. But at the same time, I heard that news and I was like, well, you just saved me $100, so I can't be too mad. Or I'm just thinking, like, just give him a different head. That's all you need to do. Chuck a different head on there, you're all good to go. Maybe we haven't seen the last of this. I think we might have heard the last of my voice, though. I think I better wrap this one up. SH Monster Arts are doing a classic OG Godzilla to celebrate the 70th anniversary. This looks really fun because it is just the slightly goofy, but still quite sort of badass and scary looking original Godzilla design. Going to be up for pre-order on June 3rd and releasing around about November of this year. Okay, yeah, my voice is given up. Oh boy, my wallet's in trouble. Why? Because Higher Toys have expanded their exquisite range into 1/12 scale, the Lord scale. And they're kicking it off with doing Ghost in the Shell. Oh my goodness. If you want to talk about iconic manga properties, well, they don't come more iconic than this. And this looks really pretty. Going to be released around about the second quarter of next year, $90. So it's definitely more high end, but then again, with Higher Toys, you do get your money's worth. These are very beautiful, really well put together figures. I gotta say, based on these images, I'm not too sure about the face. I'm not sure if they've quite captured whatever it is. There's an uncanny valley sort ofness where I can't quite tell what it is. But just from the images, it doesn't quite look right to me. Is it Masamune Shiro? Is that the name of the artist? Yeah, I think they haven't quite captured the likeness the way that I would have liked to have seen it. But the rest of the figure, the actual body and the articulation and the details, that all looks gorgeous. So I'll be very interested to see when this drops, what it looks like in person, because I think it might be kind of awesome, but I don't know. The jury's out. Revoltech recently showed off their 1/12 scale Ryu Hayabusa character. Well, now SW Toys are going one bigger. They're doing a 1/6 scale, so Hot Toys scale Ryu Hayabusa, and this also, it looks pretty wicked too. So they've recaptured the video game design excellently. Excellently? Yeah, that's a word, we'll go with it. But they've also thrown in a whole ton of accessories as well. This looks really beautiful, so yeah, it's not up for pre-order yet. But when it is, I'll hopefully be able to let you know. Because also, that'll come with the price as well. I ain't got that for you either. What I do have are some very pretty pictures. So just based on these, it does look kind of cool. For all you horror fans out there, NECA have revealed their 2-pack from American Werewolf in London. David and Zombie, oh gosh, what was his name? Jack, that was it. I really should have known that. I've seen that movie 1,000 times. Going to be released around about October, priced at $60. This is a fun looking set. The funny thing is, I wasn't sure if it was a re-release, because I saw this and I was like, haven't they done this already? But actually, no, they haven't. I don't think they've done David and Jack like this. So this looks cool. American Werewolf in London kind of terrified me when I was a kid. Thanks for letting me watch it, Mum. But now I can appreciate the franchise for what it is, which is just awesome black comedy horror. And this looks like another wicked set. Considering how amazing their werewolf looks, you kind of want to get these two guys to go with it. You know it's been a long time since I did good news, because I'm covering Marvel stuff that feels like old news now. First of all, of course, Mafex Rogue had her full reveal, and I'm kind of underwhelmed. a little bit. But honestly, it's also what I expected. This is very much just boom. It's the Mafex style, which is nice. I like the cloth goods coat, although I'm not sure how long it will last for, because it's got that kind of pleather kind of feel to it. So will it perish over time? I don't know. But then also the metallic green paint, that looks really nice. But then when we get to the face, it is that sort of typical Mafex superhero face, which I think always looks kind of porcelain and just not very interesting. I honestly think some of the Marvel Legends faces actually look better. And then just me personally being greedy, I would have preferred a bit more of a curvaceous kind of rogue. She feels very slim, but at the same time, that is the Mafex style. So when you say, Dave, we're getting the Mafex rogue, this is pretty much what I should have pictured. But you're always going to hope against hope that, maybe it will surpass expectations. But no, it's pretty much bang in line to what we were expecting. And you know what, to be fair, I'm still going to order it. Because even compared to the Marvel Legends that do maybe have more interesting faces, I think the overall package will probably still make this the superior rogue to go for. And another bit of news that's only a few days old, but feels like a lifetime ago, we had the reveal of the Hulkbuster from Marvel Legends. $60 going to be released around about August, and there was a bit of contentiousness. That's also a word. I'm not just inventing new ones, because this armor isn't technically the original classic Hulkbuster. This was an armor that came out much more recently, and he's never actually fought the Hulk in this armor, but it has that kind of Hulkbuster look to it. And look, I don't mind too much. It's still a badass looking Iron Man armor. So a little bit too rich for me at $60. I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm just saying that is quite a high price. But nonetheless, it looks kind of cool. And if you want to be decking out your Hall of Armors, well, this one's going to be a bit essential. Over in Cosplay Corner, huge shout out to Gracie the cosplay lass. Yes, I've featured her before, but you know what? Time has passed since then, and she's done some new designs, and they deserve showcasing as well. So while you're checking out those, let me remind you once again that this channel is sponsored by Into the AM, who have bedecked me with a great new summer wardrobe. And if you want to enhance your summer wardrobe, then you can do by clicking the link in the description below. You'll get 10% off your order. And also just know that you're helping keep the lights on over at Model Behaviour Towers. So gang, thank you so much for supporting the channel by doing that. Thank you, Into the AM, for making me look the bee's knees for the spring collection right here. And also thank you, Gracie the cosplay lass, for continuously raising the bar for what we can come to expect from amazing looking cosplay. In Artist Alley, a huge shout out to Mark Brooks Art. I love this. Just so Disney-ish, but not Disney. His own style, but with that kind of feeling, it looks animated. Like when you see these still images, you can imagine these characters just running around the panel. I love it. It's delightful, especially seeing classic Marvel characters, very sort of 90s designs that were always done very kind of cool and badass looking, but now done in this really sort of jovial, upbeat kind of style. I love it. I could flick through this dude's work for ages, and in fact, I have done. Probably spent too much time, actually, but it was worth it because it's just a joy to see these wonderful characters that you're so familiar with reinterpreted in such a fun way. So yeah, Mark, big shout out to you, man. Go give him a follow. And folks, that does it for Good News for today, and clearly it does it for my voice as well. If you made it to the end of this episode, then God bless you. Hopefully I'll be back in fighting form before long. So thank you for watching. Yeah, let's just wrap this up. You don't want to hear this anymore. And until next time, there it goes. Keep displaying model behavior.
Cup of coffee. Big time